Hello, 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 everyone. How is everyone doing today? I am doing great. I want to start off by saying sorry about last week. I did not stream at all last week, and that's because I was out of town. I was on the road. I went and spoke at an event called Tyler Mesh in Indianapolis. It's an company event held by a company called Tyler Technologies. And they're doing a lot of really cool stuff. And essentially, it's an invite-only kind of event. And I was invited to go speak there. And it was freaking awesome. Great event. Anyone from Tyler Technologies listening, you guys did a great job on your event. And thank you for inviting me to join you. So yeah. And funny story is, if you're flying into Indianapolis, okay, and you're staying downtown, make sure you check the game schedule. Yeah, apparently there was a football game the Colts were playing. And right when I was getting to my hotel, the game let out. So all of the roads around my hotel were closed. I had to walk like a mile to get to my hotel. It was kind of crazy. So I tried to remember where we left off. Right? So let's go ahead and jump into some code. And let's find out. So the last time we talked, we were messing with dialogs. And we have a very specific use case for dialog. Where do we put this thing? We actually put it in core, which this bothers me. I don't really like it here at all. But what was unique about this dialog is that we want to have region navigation in this dialog. And this added some complexities. You know, at first we were trying to use the built-in Prism dialog service, but it really wouldn't work for us because we need to navigate. We need region behavior stuff, right? So we have this service extension, this iDialog service extension, where we are extending the iDialog service API and kind of providing our own implementation of our own, like a completely different dialog window, right? This is our ribbon window, but I want to revisit this because the second I opened this up, I really don't like this approach. The reason I don't like the approach is because I don't want to have my dialogues in my core project. The only thing that belongs in this Prism Outlook.core are things that all the modules are going to use for sure, like directly. And this design aspect, this ribbon window, is not one of them. So while the API is really cool because we could just use the dialog server, which I believe we're using that in the mail list view model. Where are we using that? I think let me scroll down here. Oh, right here, yep. So show ribbon window, right? This is our extension method that we created. And it's cool, but I don't like it. Whoops, not there. And I don't like it for the sole purpose or the sole fact that I have to have my ribbon window defined in my core project, which I don't like that. So let's move some stuff around. And ideally what I want to do is I want to be able to come up with an implementation that maybe I can add to Prism directly. So what we'll do is we'll start by creating a new service and seeing what's involved in making that work. And then seeing if we could write it in such a way that we can just pull it into Prism and make it available to everybody. Okay, so I want to revisit this and really think about this a little more. This is a complex dialogue, so we need to really think this one through. So let's start first off by going back to our core project here, and where it says my dialog service, let's actually rename this to something like region dialog service, because that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a region dialog service. So IRegionManagerAware dialog service. It's kind of what I'm thinking. Can I rename that file? Nope, can't rename that file. I thought there was a quick action to rename the file, but it didn't do it. So I'll add the implementation there. We'll come back to here. And we'll have to really think about this API. Let's just kind of rename things and get them where they need to be. Okay. So IRegion dialog service. This is fine. Region dialog service. We can keep it like this for now, but let's... Okay, we'll keep it like this for now. We're not going to change anything just yet. Let me clean up some of these using statements, though. Now let's move this ribbon window stuff. Let's move it back into our main application. We'll go user control. Maybe ribbon dialog window. That might be a better name for it. Alien in Tokyo. I think Prism Doc didn't explain module region concept enough. I couldn't understand it and ended up not using it for Prism Forms. Well, for Prism Forms, there are no regions. So you don't have to worry about that. And for the module side of things, you know, actually, let's open that up real quick. The documentation is slow, but coming. Docs take forever to write. And with all the stuff I already do, it's kind of a major pain. Oh, actually, where am I going? I need to go to prismlibrary.com or prismlibrary.github. Okay, documentation. I'm not sure what we have for modules here. Oh, we don't even mention modules. So that's why it probably wouldn't make any sense here. See that? However, the concept is very similar to WPF. So if you went into modules in the WPF, you could read about it. It behaves almost the exact same in Prism for Xamarin Forms. However, it's very wordy. Very wordy. Ugh. But it's very detailed, right? Ernesto, I think the other way around. If you rename the file, it asks you to rename the class. Ah, you know what? You're probably right on that. It's probably where I went wrong. I should have started renaming the file. Okay, so we don't have to do a ton of work because I'm just going to copy and paste essentially everything that we have in here. Just to make it easy for myself. And I should get a light bulb to add this. Yes, I do. Look at there. That worked. Then I'm going to grab this stuff. And we'll throw it in here. Good old copy paste. Do I get a light bulb for that? No, I don't get a light bulb for that. That's okay. I will steal it from here. Oh, I actually probably need both of these. And core. Core is a Prism Outlook.core. Oh, yeah. There we go. And then why won't that work? What the heck? Okay, that's annoying. Come on, Visual Studio, what's up? What are you doing to me? Let's get rid of that. Okay, why are you mad? Well, let's go to the code behind. Get rid of you. That's a good start. So ribbon dialog window, let's clean these up. And it doesn't like you for some reason. BG future, yep, downside of space tabs. Okay, think. Why are you mad at that? Maybe it's just a Visual Studio thing. Maybe it's not mad at all, actually. I have all my closing tags. Just for fun, let's just build and see what happens. Maybe it'll work. You know, I don't know if it's just me, but Visual Studio 2019 has been extremely unstable. And just, look, build succeeded. Build succeeded. Totally worked. Let me close that and open it back up. But I'm still getting this weird error. Okay, obviously we're going to have to run it. We're going to have to run it to be for sure. But let's just go. I want to make sure there's no code behind this. Yeah, there's none. Okay. So let's delete this. We're done with that. And I'm pretty sure we have to do some registering here to get our dialog window to work. Unless I did that in the mail module. Computer Chris, yes, it's been unstable for me too. Astra 6. Those bogus errors is the UWP experience. Oh, good to know. You know, I recently updated to the latest version, and I probably should not have done that. Okay. Oh, we're not... I don't have to register anything just yet. Actually, let's do this. We did create that IRegion dialog... No, yeah, dialog service? Or IRegion dialog service. So whenever I ask for that, give me a region dialog service. And then, let's go to our region dialog service. Now we have that. Okay. So what are we doing in this region dialog service? Obviously, I said to do, think about this some more. We're asking for the container and the region manager. We're using the container to resolve our dialog window. So if our dialog window needed any type of service or something in its constructor, we would get it. This is another benefit of not doing the attached property or the extension method approach, because we did not have access to the container in that. We create a region manager. We set the region manager from the to the window to the new region manager. And what this allows us to do is it allows us to open multiple instances of this window. If we did not create a new one, and instead we try to reuse the core or the main region manager in a Prism application, you would get an exception because these region names are unique, and you can only have one instance of them defined in one region manager. So that's why we have to create a new one. This is also what's called a scoped region. It's an advanced topic. And we're getting into advanced stuff now. So we're setting the region manager. Then we're calling request navigate on the content region, passing in the name. So obviously this is not something that is very reusable. We can't reuse this. If we're going to extract this into an interface or something that all Prism users can use, this is a no-go. We'll have to think of what we want to do here. We may have to have parameters. We may add parameters here to control that. I don't know. Okay, and then we set the owner just for fun. Location, yeah, we'll worry about that later. And then we show it. Okay. Now, where were we using this? Mail list view, I believe. So we'll call this the region dialog service. Oh, misspelled that. Okay. And I put that where? Where did I put this? Where's my definition? There it is. Okay, so we fixed that. Show. And then theoretically, actually, let me do a build because I don't trust. I'm going to do a rebuild because I really do not trust Visual Studio anymore. 1 minute it builds. Look, what did I tell you? What did I tell you? Okay. Oh, that was my bad because we're no longer using this. So that one's my fault. I take responsibility for that. Build. Okay. Now build. Cross our fingers. Okay, now this one failed. Dialogs. Okay, we're missing a using statement somewhere. Prism core dialog. I thought we had that. Prism outlook core dialogs. Huh. Okay. Whatevs. Build again. Refactoring is always fun, isn't it? Okay, we got a successful build. Let's cross our fingers and make sure everything runs as we would expect. Let me go back to my region dialog. Not this. Close that. Let's go back here. Just want to make sure I didn't leave anything out here. I think this should work just fine. So essentially we have this button that we're going to launch a dialog with. And yeah, so it totally worked. We got our message view. Now, I want to make sure that our region behavior that we created before works. So where's my message view? Right here. And let's test this. All I'm going to do, dependent, was it view? Yes, dependent view. The region, which I believe we called region names dot content. Wait, no. Ribbon region. And the type of, I know we already have one. What do we call it? Home tab? Yeah, home tab. I haven't been in this code base in over a week. I've kind of forgot it already. I've actually been in Angular for the last week straight, so I got a context switch, which can be difficult, as you know. If you write code, you know how hard it can be to context switch between different platforms and apps, and like you lose track. So what we're doing is we're testing that our dependent view behavior will work in this dialog. So now when I hit this button, we see the message view and our mail button at the top. So this worked perfectly. We navigated to this message view and we got a ribbon tab injected automatically. So that functions still, which is great news. Oh, and that little task problem, I don't think it's related to the theme manager, because I actually had a different WPF app I was working on, not Prism, not theme manager, and it still did that. So I have no idea. It could be my machine. I got a lot of stuff on here. All right. I don't know why we're getting this error. Another thing I want to do is I don't think I'm using any control stuff in here. Let me manage the new package. And I want to remove. Hey, do you want to take a survey? You guys want to take a survey? No. Let's get rid of the ribbon here, because we're not using that up here anymore. Let's clean up this project, shall we? Get rid of the editors. And yeah, get rid of that too. Okay, so that should all be good. Let me rebuild just to make sure I'm not using any of that stuff. Yeah, we're not. Okay, so our core project, our shared project, is now clean as a whistle and only has what's actually shared between our modules. We've taken the implementation of our dialog service and the actual window, and we've pushed it into our main executable where it belongs. Okay. Now let's think about this. Let's go to our message view model right quick. And I'm not sure. We have to figure out how we're going to close this thing with a button click. Right? Yes, we do. What do we call this? We call this message command. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a, whoops. Let's create a command. I'll call it message command. What the? Message command. Okay, and what we want to do is we want to close the dialog when this is clicked. Now you're asking, Brian, why'd you call it message command? Well, because I actually, I just removed that, but I need to put it back because I want to test this. Because I'm going to reuse the dependent view, region names, ribbon region, type of home tab. I'm going to reuse this tab just for testing purposes. And so I'm going to bind to that button. And that button's going to have the same kind of data context as this message view. And then it's going to, I want to close the dialog, right? And why am I getting this now? Yeah, Visual Studio's just on crack now. All kinds of problems. All right, so what I want to happen, we need to close the dialog from here. And how do we do that? How are we going to do this? Tricky. So one thing, one approach we could take, I guess. Just think about this dialog service. We can hook Valdemort Thor 76. I think this is the static code analysis. You're probably right, and it's jacked. All my code analysis stuff is jacked. I should have never upgraded to .NET Core 3. Ever since then, my Visual Studio has been crap. Okay, we have to think how we want to close this dialog, but we want it to be in a reusable way, right? So how do we do this? So what I did previously, I don't know if you watched the previous stream, but I copied the Prism implementation of the simple dialog service, and we could see how we're closing the window there. Essentially, what we do is we hook a close handler to the dialog window, and we look for an interface to manage that. Okay. See right here, get dialog window viewmodel dot request close, and then we can close it that way. However, when we're using regions, things get much more complicated. The reason being is that this ribbon window doesn't have a data context. And it may have multiple regions, like this one. This one has 2 regions. But what happens if your dialog window has 5 regions, right? Or 1 region, or whatever. How are we going to tell the dialog window or the service that we're closing this when we don't know what the data context is? One option might be is we provide some type of interface, like a IRegionManagerAware dialog window, right? Something like this. We could do that if we had an interface. We could ask for, what would we ask for? We could do object data context. Right, we could do that. Well, we don't need to set it, but we can need a getter for sure. Let's play around with this. I'm not sure how we're gonna do this, honestly. So a window already has a data context property. So what we might, would we want to do something like public new, I think it's public new, right? Public new object data context. Would we want to do that? And then here we can return, let's go to our window. Let's say we wanted this. Main region. Let's say we wanted that content. Oh, but even then this is complicated. I'll show you. Okay, so at first I was thinking, oh, we could do something like, wait, no, it's framework element. Framework element has data context. Right? Framework element, main region. See, I was thinking of doing this. Well, even I wouldn't need to do that because it's a content, but this is a content control, which is going to have content. So this, I would need the content controls content property data context. Right? Content, I would need the content control content dot data context. That would work, I think. And then, of course, a setter. We need a setter. Sure. But I don't know how I feel about this. If you were implementing this, let's say we put something like this in Prism, and you had to create a custom dialog that had region navigation. Does this make sense to you? Is this a barrier to the API implementation? Should we do something else? Huh. Because what we could then do is, let's say, oh, got a phone call. Ignore. Man, so many spams. Because once we have that, what happened to my dialog service? Because once we have the window, we could do something like, I'm going to reuse the IRegionManagerAware. For now. We might need something different, though. Specifically for region-based dialogs. Dialog aware equals window dot data context as I dialog aware. Right? DA dot request close equals like, and then we could do something. So we couldn't go there. Would have to be after this. Have to be after that. But I want to step through this. I just want to make sure this, I can even get something. So let's go back to our message view model. Make sure we implement IRegionManagerAware, which we do. So I should have access to that. Ismail, what do you actually want to try to accomplish? What I want to accomplish. Okay, so let me just run this. We'll walk through what I'm trying to accomplish. We'll start the app and see it in action. Come on. Ugh, so slow. And I just got an email that the new machine I ordered is like 2 to 3 weeks delayed because that AMD Ryzen processor is sold out. All right, so we show this dialog. Oh, I'm just going to go through this. Just going to go through it. And so we have this dialog that's floating. Now, when you have a dialog, there's going to be a couple of ways to close it. One, you'll have the X button that you could close. Boop, close it, right? No interaction, no nothing. However, you might want to prompt, oh, is this dirty? Are you sure you want to close this? Yes or no? So you want to be able to cancel that X, right? And you also want to be able to click this button. Or you might have a close button in this what's it called? Oh, what's that? That ribbon menu, file menu. It has a name. I forgot the name of it. But you might have a close button in here as well, right? Either way, you have some buttons throughout the whole dialog that you want to click. And when it clicks, you want the dialog to close. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to close the dialog. But we're trying to write this code in a way that it can be reused with minimal code. Right? So maybe we have some interfaces that like a IRegion dialog window. So if you were to extend this in your app and say, yeah, I need this, what would you do? What would you do for that? So I was thinking if we just knew the data context, then we could get the view model, grab the interface, and then close it. And it should be closed from the view model. Yes, it has to be closed from the view model. Right? So if I'm in the message view model and we're in this dialog, I want to send the message. So I want to hit send and then close the dialog right here in the view model. So we have to expose a way to do that without creating a coupling between the view and the view model or the service. Like we can't have that tight coupling. So, one approach. So let's go with this approach. I'm just going to copy kind of what I have here. You see this? I'm just going to kind of... It's going to be ugly for now. It's going to be real ugly. But I'm going to... We'll refactor once we get something that functions. Okay, then we go... I don't care about closing yet. I'm about closed. Get view model. Oh, loaded. Oh, right here. This is what we need. This is what we need right there. And we're calling this is actually window. Don't care about that. And so this that's what we want right there. Okay, so MVVM message windows have always been the challenge for me. I saw this issue, that's computer Chris, Ismail. I saw this issue by creating a custom control here from window and use an interface for the view model where it's picked up by the control. Right. Keep in mind, I'm trying to write this in a way that I can bring the code, the interfaces, and the service into Prism itself for everyone to take advantage of. I could write this and just get it to work. But I'm trying to write it in a manner that it could be reused. That's the goal. So what we did here is I'm going to have to double check this though. When the window is loaded, we're going to grab... Oh, but that won't work. Because... Well, it might work. Let's find out. I'm trying to think the order of operations. Like, what's going to happen first? Am I going to request navigate? That's going to put... Yeah, I don't know. I don't think this approach would work. It depends on in what order things are loaded. If I can... Okay, let's do this. Run this. Okay, yep, that's fine. I don't care about that breakpoint. This is what I'm curious about right here. Message view model. Okay. Okay. That's promising. So, actually, let's do this. For now, there's no result. Oh, I gotta have a result because I'm reusing that thing. Okay, so let's close the dialog. Okay. So let's run this. I think we have this portion. I think I have this portion figured out. I don't like how we have to create a new data context though, so let's rethink that too. Okay, so that's fine. So when I hit this button, the dialog should close. And it didn't. It didn't close. Why didn't it close? Let's go to our breakpoints. That should have worked. Oh, wait a minute. I know why. I know why. That's why. We want to share the data context. Remember, we implemented this infrastructure. I needed to add that to the view to inform all that code we wrote that, yeah, we're going to share the data context between the view and the ribbon tab. So now I can close this. Actually, I don't need to be in there. All right, now open this. Yep, we got that. Now, if I hit this button, it should close. And it does it. It did. It did. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Get rid of that breakpoint because I know it worked. Close. Yay! It worked. It worked. It's closing. So much fun. Okay. So that's not bad. We can refactor this later. No problem. Actually, I could... I'm curious. Okay. I'll come back to that. So... should we handle the closing? We could just take the code for the closing, right? The closing handler. And if you can't... I mean, yeah, this is kind of what... dialog service. Right? But I'm not going to do this. Oh. Because we're just... hold on, what'd I do? I did this. We will refactor this. Do not worry. This will not be production code at all. We are reusing that interface, right, for now. So if I go back to this view model, can close. I'm going to change this to false. Right? I'm going to change that to false. And we'll run that right quick. I know the code looks ugly. Don't pay attention to that. We will, once we get it working, we'll refactor. I just want functionality. All right, so we're gonna show this. And look, It doesn't close because it's false. Boop, 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 boop. Perfect. But we still have this issue of, oh no, that's good too. I can't close my window now because it's false. But how sweet is that? Okay. But I locked myself out. We'll return that true again. So with that, we're able to control if you can close it using the X or any command. So, don't do this in production. I'm just testing it. Just testing. Do not do this in production. Yes, no. Whoops. If it's yes, return true, right? Otherwise, we're gonna return false. So, ideally, we're gonna use our dialog service. We're not gonna use message box, but I just want to test to make sure this is really working like I think it's working. Ismail, that looks nice. Yes, it does look nice. Message box is beautiful. So when I write a major production application, I always focus on infrastructure first, solving the problems. I don't care about data, hitting web services. That's all easy stuff. I need to solve the hard stuff. Navigation, you know, dialogues, closing things, how things interact with one another. That's what I'm focused on. Once you have that solved, the rest of the app's gonna go, it's just quick. Forms over data, lists, add, edit, CRUD, easy. Close? No, we didn't close. Close? Yes, it closes. Oh, there we go. X button. Close? No, doesn't close. Close? Yes. Perfect. Okay, so that works. Works exactly as we want it to work. So I'm going to change that back to just return true. We have validated. That works. Okay. So. Oh, let's do this. You know, there's a way to update all those. We want to null all that out. Actually, I don't care about any of this yet. I don't actually care about this either. I don't care about that yet. Actually, I don't care about any of this yet. Technically, right now, we would have a memory leak if I didn't do this. Right? Got to do that. I'll null that out, and then, yeah, we're good. So we don't have any memory leaks now. If I didn't put this in here, if that was not there, we would have a memory leak. These are very easy to implement. And the reason we would have that is because, look, we're hooking into these events, right? Closing handler, but we never unhooked from them. So if we didn't add the ability to actually unhook those event handlers, memory leak. That's the classic memory leak. So just pay attention when you're doing this type of stuff. So when it closes, we're going to invoke this close handler. And yeah, we're going to unhook from the closed handler and the closing and anything else we add to clean that up. Now let's go back to this. How do you feel about this? Because the important part is that you provide the data context that's going to be used to determine the control of the dialog. And keep in mind, keep this in mind. when we are navigating, like we show this dialog right here. Where's our service? When we are creating this and we're requesting a navigate, inside that dialog, I can have buttons that navigate while the dialog's open. We could be navigating around. So the content changes, or it can change. So that's why this is important. We have to know which view model controls. You know what? What if I just said view model? What if I just called this view model? Instead of data context and doing this. What if it was whoops. Something like this. So IRegionManagerAware, right? Call it view model instead. So this goes away. This is now IRegionManagerAware. This says view model. This, we don't have to set anything. And this is now, what is this? I don't need any of that. Or do I? Or, did I need that? I did need that, didn't I? Because this is an object. I did need that. Right, so essentially we're saying whenever we fetch... Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. This just got complicated. At first I was thinking, yeah, this is totally going to work because as you navigate around, right, we'll just grab the data context and read off that. But we can't do that. Because of this. We're hooking into events. We would have to know. Oh my gosh. When if you were to navigate in this dialog that's already open, we would have to know that. And unhook from the previous view model stuff to the new view model. And as you navigate front and back, front and back, front and back, or forward, 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 back, 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 we'd have to keep track of all that. This... See, this works fine if you're not changing the views. If you're not navigating multiple times, if you only navigate once, you're good. No more. Well, crap. This gets hard. So we handle a single view very easily. This is handling a single view. No problemo. Totally got it. Not an issue. The problem comes is if you want to be able to navigate within those regions. Ishmael, now you describe the challenges I had with UWP. This is a challenge you'll have in any app that deals with navigation and event handlers. Oh, let's see. Navigation callback. Navigation callback. I'm not looking for that. Hey. I have to use the arrows to get this to work. What the? I could have swore. hold on, let me look at something. Region Manager. I could have swore there was a way to determine, like an event. I thought there was an event that I could hook into that anytime navigation occurred. But I would need it on that region manager. Let me look at the API here. Well, we could hook into the active views that collection changed, right? So essentially, we would have to know what region we're talking about. So we could, once we know what region we're talking about, we're going to hook into the active views collection changed event. And then anytime that view changes, then we do this code. Right? I mean, we would have to do like, if e.action equals add or remove. I mean, we could do that. And then when a view is added, we hook into the events. And when it's removed, we unhook the events. Now, that would only happen when you're navigating within that main region. But this would be the region that... This would be the region that's your... Well, that's... Actually, hold on. My brain is starting to work. Actually, we might not need this at all. We might not need this. Why? Because of this. Check this out. Right? Whoops. For now, we're hard coding it. For now. However, so we have the region. That also means we should be able to get the current active views. I mean, this wouldn't support, say, having multiple, like a list box or something. However, this would most definitely support 98%. We would already have the view. Right? I mean, yeah, of course we would. Can I do that? Oh, can I? Oh, maybe... Oh, I need link. I need link. Yep. Maybe first or default. That way we get a null if something's there. Right? So we could do this. Oh no, I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking. Let's just think. So once we have the active view... But before we do that, we have to navigate. We have to navigate first. Navigation has to come first. That will add the view, right? We will have an active view at that point. Not action view. What the heck? How did my brain type that? Active view. And heck, I can even go as IRegionManagerAware. And wherever I'm doing this, I'll just say this. What do I do that? Right here? Yep. And then that goes away. Completely goes away. Oh, okay. Okay. Now this is just, we'll still need to do this. We'll still need to do this. But let's just try this. Let's see if my thought process is working out for me. I'm thinking that should work. If we have the active view, if we have access to that. Okay, so boom, 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 boom. Requested navigate. Boom, we're navigated. We grab that region. Active view. Oh! Not. Wait. Oh! Because that's the view, not the view model. Stop there. Stop there. Okay. So as framework element, then dialog_aware. We'll go just dialog_aware. Equals active view dot data context as dialog. There. Proving out the concept. That's all we're doing. Proving out the concept. Okay, let's try this again. All right, so we're going to show this. Please work. Please work. Active view. Dialog_aware. Got it. Yes. And it closed. And it closed. Okay. Okay. I think we're onto something. So now what happens is if we were to navigate within here, that changes the active view, right? And we would then need to unhook all the events from the last view and then hook into this view. Hook into the new view. Should we handle that now? Should we go ahead and do that now? Or should we wait? Should we focus on IG Outlook or should we focus on a dialog service that can handle region navigation? Okay, well, you know what? Before we get there, we're not even done. Because we have to modify this a bit. We have to provide the region name and then the name of the view. Maybe it should almost be like URI. I don't know what I'm going to name that. Let's go to our here, support IRegionManagerAware dialog service. Right? I know we have to do this. And then we're using this. Where are we using this? Oh, yeah. Mail list. That's where we're using it. Oh, no. Got it. See that? Yes. Yes. Okay. Now we take region name. We get rid of the hard-coded, right? Get rid of the hard-coded one. Almir! Hey, thanks for joining. Good to see you. We are just doing some very advanced region-based dialogue stuff. Okay. Let's think how we want to do this now. Well, first off, first things first. I'm going to come in here. Public static region dialog service extensions. Oh, I meant class. Static class. That's what I meant. Public static void for now. IRegion. No. A void show ribbon window or show ribbon dialog. How about that? Something like that. This IRegion dialog service and then a string name. What am I doing? What am I doing? Okay. Now, whoops. Now we can say service dot show region name, which this is gonna be hard coded. I'm just writing an extension method to make this easier for myself. See that? Now when I go to my message view, mail list, I don't need this. Because I'll have show ribbon dialog. And all I have to do is pass the view. Because my app's going to know what I need. Because I'm going to know that. I'm going to have that information. So that's just to make it a little cleaner. We could probably move this out. But for now, we'll just leave it where it's at. Because I'm sure this is going to change some more. Okay. So we proved the point that this works. Now we have to handle a more complex scenario. I'm getting away from IG Outlook and I'm really focusing on writing an extensible dialogue that I could add to Prism actually. So let's do something. Oh, you know what? I just thought of something. So the problem with scoped regions, I'm telling you, this is complicated stuff. The problem with scoped regions is that when you want to navigate, check this out. Let's say, okay, so I'm in my message view model, right? And let's say I want to navigate. My immediate thought is to do this. Right? That's what you're going to want to do. This is exactly what you're going to want to do. The problem is you can't do that. Why can't you do this? You can't do this because this is the singleton region manager that's registered across an entire Prism application. Okay? Whenever you ask for this region manager, you're getting the same instance every single time. In our case, we're dealing with what's called a scoped region. So the scoped region is in this service here. That scoped region manager, this is what has to be used if we want to navigate. We have to find a way to pass this region manager to the view models for the scoped region. Now, I have a way to do this. I do. I have an IRegionManagerAware solution that I've used in the past. And essentially what you do is you just implement IRegionManagerAware. It gives you a property. And you use the property instead of the injected member or injected instance of the service. So we could totally do that. I don't know if we should do it in this stream, though. I'm not sure if we need to worry about that or not. Let me ask you this. If I'm writing this, I'm going to add something like this to Prism to where you can show a region-based dialogue. Is your expectation that you should be able to just navigate within those dialogues and get what you want, just add an interface and boom, you get everything you need? Or do you mind doing some work to do it yourself? But as you can see, this is pretty advanced stuff, so I'm not 100%. Yeah, Lemons PT, you do the work. Of course. So, hold on. I've already written this code. Let me find it. I have this. I think when I went to Japan and gave a presentation. I think it's in my Japan folder. I'm pretty sure it was. Nope, that's not it. Guess it wasn't there. I didn't even talk about that there. Where did I covered this somewhere. Oh, yep, right here actually. So let's steal this code. Steal the code and we'll see if it works. And this is all on my OneDrive, so it's downloading all the files right now. Okay, those haven't been downloaded yet. We'll wait. Right there. IRegionManagerAware. You see that? This is what we're going to steal. Right there. Actually, hold on. Hold on one sec. See, I've done this before. You see this? I've done this before. Where is that thing? Oh, but this is a very simple implementation. I doubt Yeah, this is a very simple implementation. Okay, so we have this. Okay, let's copy and paste this. We are copying and pasting, people. Don't judge me. Add. Let's do a class. Ranjit, when will we have tutorial on Prism 7 on Pluralsight? Probably it'll be a while. I'm not in a hurry to do anything for Pluralsight, actually. Not to mention the fact that it is a ton of work. A ton of work to do a proper course. Let's see. IRegionManager. Okay, so IRegionManagerAware. Got that. The next part of that is, you may or may not know, maybe you've guessed it already. Well, oh, wrong window. We're actually going to use a region adapter. Not adapter, excuse me, behavior. Right here. And it's not super complex. Right? It's not really hard. Oh, actually, I didn't even do the... this is different. I took a different approach here. Or did I? Yeah, I totally did a different approach. I actually need a region behavior to do what I really want to do. But this is a good start. This is a good start. So we'll just add that in here too. What am I doing? Oh yeah, I'm adding a class. This is a good start. Now let me go back. Copy and paste. Nothing wrong with that, right? We all do it. We all do it. All right, we'll add our using statement here. We'll add our there. And then for now, just for now, how was I using this? I think I was putting it on the, put it on the actual shell itself. Right here on the shell. Yep. So that's going to be the window. So this is the item, which is going to be the window, and the region manager, which is the region manager. And actually, let's do this. This is a concept everyone should know and understand. Scoped region manager. Okay. I need to find the code that actually uses a region behavior to do this instead of this attached property. Because all this is doing... Okay, region manager where? Item framework. Grab it. Yeah, this is just grabbing the data context. This is not what I want. This is just grabbing the data context. Oh, man. What was I doing in this other very simple approach? Yeah. And then if we looked at this view model here, this will implement IRegionAware, which has this property, and then it gets set. Yeah. Okay, well that didn't help me much. Helped a little bit. I don't think this is going to work for what we need. In this case, that was a different scenario. But we could try it. Why not? Let's find out, shall we? I don't think it's going to work, but you never know. IRegionManagerAware. Where did I put that? Oh, right here. Oh my gosh. IRegionManager. Where? Oh no, IRegionManager. What am I doing? And I want to set... Oh, I didn't need a iNotify property change, but I do need a setter. I don't think this is going to work. I need a region behavior, and well, while that's building, I will look for that. I have it somewhere. Where do I have this? Projects, samples, applications. I'm gonna look in this one. That's gonna load while this is debugging. In the meantime, let's go ahead over here. Yeah, nope, that didn't work. That didn't work. Not what we want. So I'm going to delete that. I think it's this guy. This guy? Yes, this has to go away. This is not going to do what we need it to do. We will leave the interface, though. We must keep the interface. Okay. And this infrastructure, IRegionManagerAware. Okay, yep. RegionManagerAware behavior. Found it. Found it, found it, found it, found it. Okay, so I will put that here. Okay, region manager behavior aware. Okay. Now I'm just gonna copy and paste because this is a lot of code. But I can walk through it. I can explain what's going on. Alrighty. Any more build? Yep. Right there. I will say, when we get done with this is going to be a pretty badass dialogue service. I ain't going to lie, man. This is going to be sweet. It will handle any scenario you could throw at it. Oh, that's not what I want. There we go. I just want to grab that line of code because we have our region behavior, right? Region manager aware behavior. Next, I want to come into my application, wherever that is. Right here. And where we added this behavior, we're going to add that behavior. So all we did was we created this region behavior, and now we are registering that behavior with Prism. Okay? So let me run it and then I'll explain it. Let's just make sure. Let's make sure this thing works. Oh, and it's actually hard coded here. We're gonna have to change that. For now, it works. But to reuse this, we're going to have to remove that. All right, let's see what happens. Hey, that didn't get hit either. That did not get hit. Message view model. Oh, wait. Yeah, IRegionManagerAware. Oh, I don't have my breakpoint. Oh, my gosh. Okay, totally worked. We have it. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. So let's go take a look at what this behavior is actually doing. I'll close that sample I had. So essentially, in this specific example, we're checking to see if the region name is content region. Obviously, if we're going to reuse this, I cannot do that. Okay? We could just straight up remove that. We'll have to. Now, we hook it to the active views collection, changed event. Now remember, the active views are only the views that are rendered on screen. Okay, this doesn't encompass all of the views in the region. You could have 20 views in a region, but only one visible. Okay, so active views collection changed, and then whenever we change the current active view, we're going to first check the item, see if it's an IRegionManagerAware, right? If it is, then we're just going to return that. It already has a region manager associated with it. Otherwise, we are going to search up until we find the data context of something that does have the region manager, and we're going to assign it accordingly. See this region manager equals region.region manager. Okay, it gets complicated. But essentially, we are grabbing the region manager of the region. Okay, follow me here. See this region? We're grabbing that region's region manager, and we're assigning it to the IRegionAware. So we're first searching the view, or the item, excuse me, the item that's coming in our case is the view. And if it's not null, then we're going to assign this region manager. Otherwise, we're going to check to see if it's an item, a framework element, grab the data context of that, and then we're going to set the data context, the region manager to the region's region manager. Got it? That makes sense? And then, of course, when we remove or we navigate away, we are going to remove that. Okay, we're going to set it to null. Now, we may or may not want to keep doing this. Okay. I'll have to really think about this, but for now I'm keeping it. So don't be trying to navigate like in a view that's not visible, in a view model that's not visible, if you're using this approach. You probably don't want to do that. And so you say, well, where does that region manager get, where does that region get its region manager? Well, if you go back to the service, remember the scoped region manager we created? This is where it gets it, right here. So that's how it works. Whew. This is complicated, man. This is really complicated. Okay, so now we would basically, I'm thinking. That's dangerous, I know. What is, instead of putting this in a, no, I have to do it here. I was almost thinking of creating a region behavior for this. But no, I can't because I have to have access to that window, so I can't do that. Okay, never mind. False alarm. But what we have to think about now is region.activeViews.collection changed. We have to think about how we're going to do this, right? Oops. Oh, wait. Sorry. Do something. Oh, wait a minute. I don't want to do this. I can't unhook that. I have to do a handler. I have to do a notify. Here, let me do this. That's the args. I need to do a handler for this. Right? Something like this. Because I have to be able to unhook it. Or do I? Do I? Yes, I would. I would have to do this. And I would have to do it when we closed. Here. So, for example, if e.action equals .add. Let me get rid of this. Let's shorten some of this code. Right? Good gamer. Sup, bro? Using Java or Java Spring? Oh my god, you're hilarious, my friend. This is C#. C#. I haven't used the Spring framework in I don't know how long. 15 years ago was the last time I touched Spring. And I did it in Notepad. So if we did this. Whoops. I'm not sure if I want to handle this. Really, I'm not sure I do. Yeah. Because basically what would I do? Would I just copy all this? Let me comment that out. Is this what I would do? Is this what I would do right here? Oh, but the dialog aware, see, now I need the dialog aware here. Var dialog aware equals view. I would have to get the dialog aware. I would totally have to get the dialog aware. C#, LOL. I used it in my university subject, Lab 3. C# is taking over the world, my friend. Think. Okay, I'm gonna just kind of hard code this for now. I will refactor in a bit. Oh no, I dialog aware. This is what. Whoop. Right. And then where did I define that? I thought I deleted that. I think JavaScript is doing it, but Golang is growing so fast. JavaScript's been around a while. A long time. And I can't call that. Oh, okay. I got to call this. How about this? And then args. Got to fix this. Dialog aware. Oh, args. I don't want to have to get the thing every time. Fine. Whatever. That'll work for now. What? Oh, that's view. No, that's right. What? That should totally work. Okay. Screw you. I will find a way. Yeah. Bam! How about that? Take that, fool. I mean, it's ugly. I just want it to work. I don't care. I can refactor later. So yeah. Oh, that's freaking why right there. Why didn't you tell me? Valacron 1000. Opinions in Xamarin. Looking to learn .NET Full Stack, ASP, Blazor, Unity, Monogame, Xamarin, ML, but I don't know if it's worth the time. Well, I guess it depends on your goals. What's your goal? Are you trying to be employed? You want to get a job? Probably don't want to waste your time on Blazor or Xamarin right now because companies aren't hiring for that. Also, if you know ASP.NET, ASP.NET MVC, anything like that, any C#, Blazor's so easy to pick up. It's ridiculous. It's really easy. If you know any XAML platforms such as WPF or EWP, Xamarin's really easy to pick up too. But no one's hiring for that stuff. So it depends on your goal. Also, do you want to be a generalist or do you want to be a specialist? It's another thing you have to think about. Guess it depends on what you want to do. Computer Chris. C# and JavaScript have a lot of similarities in syntax, etc. Easy to move between the two. I wouldn't say they're that close. Now C# and TypeScript, now you're talking. Okay. I think what my problem was is I needed to have this up here. Like so. I think that was my issue. Is that not my issue? Oh. I think that was my issue. I didn't realize I had the other thing defined at the bottom there. That's what the problem was. Yeah, that was my problem. Okay. So active views change. So we'll do this. Okay, I'm not going to mess with this right now. I'll come back to this. Man, this is complicated. But let's see what happens. Oh my god, this is going to get real complicated, actually. Okay, let's just see what happens. You know, I should probably throw a button in there to actually navigate within that dialogue, just to see if it works. Ooh. Gun Gamer, thanks for joining. Thanks for following. I appreciate that. All right, so here's our button. I'm going to click that. Yeah, see? That didn't work. That didn't work. I was afraid of that. What did I do? So we have... Let's do this. Let's just find out why this didn't work, shall we? I didn't even hit in here. At all. Why not? Why not? Okay, okay. Oh! That's why. Hook it to the events before you actually have an active view. Right? Okay, that should make sense. Yeah, the more man, I just don't know if I want to support this in Prism. Because look at all the code I have to write just to make it happen. I mean, you wouldn't have to write anything, which would be nice on your end, right? Okay. So I want to hit... So if I hit that breakpoint. Yes, okay. Message view model. Gungamer, did you know that your last name, Lagunas, it means lakes or lagoon in Spanish? Yes! I am actually a quarter Spanish. So yes, I did know that. My ancestors come from Spain, actually. So now I should be able to close that. And it totally closed. Okay, so we're working again. We're working. Okay, that works. Yeah, I'm serious. Oh, you're from Argentina. Cool. But, my Spanish is really bad. Really bad. No one ever taught me. At all. So... I know a little bit, though. Un poquito. Un poquito. All right. So that's working. Now, we would totally have a memory leak, so I'd have to go clean that up, but we don't need to spend time doing that. What I do want to do real quick is I want to test at least navigating. So, okay, so first let's set... okay. I'm going to do the test again. Remember, don't do this in a production app. I just want to see this working. Yes, no. If results equals yes. Close. Turn false. Okay. So I just want to see... Oh, but I don't want to navigate to the same view. Crap. I don't want to... Oh, my God. See, I want to test this to make sure that I can navigate around. So, for example, instead of closing here, I want to actually use our region manager property that we have. Request navigate to region names dot content region mail list. So mail list for now. We will fix this. Just bear with me. IRegionManagerAware. I just want to see this work. Okay, so hopefully it put it all at the bottom. We're not actually calling those methods. So I'm going to copy and paste this mess. Because I just want to see this work. Okay, and then IRegionManagerAware. So hopefully, oh, don't need this. Okay, that's just, don't care about that. Okay, I will come clean that up in a minute. But what I do want to see is I want to see if we navigate to another view in that dialog, if I can close it from that other view. Because then I know my logic or my approach is sound. All right, so let's hit our button, navigate. There's the view, right? Ah! Yes. Totally worked. And we opened another one. Navigate. Now this is going to happen twice, obviously, because we have not unhooked those event handlers. See, this is what I'm talking about. Starting to get complicated because we have to handle. Let me collapse that. This section. Whoops. Right. Else if. See, we have to do this. And then for each. Whoops. Old items. Then we come in here and we remove event handlers. Right? This is where it gets complicated. So I might be able to pop this out. I can pop. Oh, I can't pop that one out though. Oh, this is why I did that. Okay. Right? I can do this. Right? I think this is exactly why I was doing that approach. Just for now, we'll keep it all together. So we have to come back through here. And we have to first, for sure, we have to remove this. for sure have to do that. And we might as well do this too. Don't have to worry about that one because we're already undoing that one. So I think it's just those three: close, closing, and the request close. Close, close. Yeah, I think that's all we have to do. That's much cleaner. So let's run this one. So now we shouldn't get that pop-up multiple times. You know, I just realized I have my, I'm kind of transparent. I gotta check out why I'm transparent. All right, so we'll show this button, navigate, close, no. No, it's still happening twice. Still happening twice. Why is it happening twice? My logic is broken. Totally broken. Where am I going wrong? Quest close. But we're removing that here. Let's step through this because I don't know. Okay, so we're removing the message view. So request close. Oh, come on. IntelliSense add. Is it quick watch or just add watch? Oh, that totally. What do you mean doesn't? Message view model. It totally has. Oh, well. Okay, that didn't actually work. Right? So navigate. So we're going to remove this one. Yeah, message view model. Tetra, hello! Thanks for joining. You get to see me struggle on why my event handlers aren't being removed. I should get at least one of these, but I'm still getting two. Still getting two. Okay, let's try this. Let me comment this out. And I want to know where these are coming from. Close mail list. And message view model. Close message view model. Or message view. If I can get this to work, then I will add this to Prism. If not, then I won't. Oh. Yeah, see, I can't do that. I can't just null it out. What's that? Gergo! How you doing? Thanks for joining. Dirt Good, what'd you miss? Well, we're trying to write a region-based dialogue service that can handle anything, but I'm having an issue, and I'm kind of stuck, and I don't know why. Don't know why I'm stuck, but I am totally stuck. I'm sure I'm just not thinking. I think I'm just not thinking straight. So we'll hit here. So I'm gonna hit this button and we're gonna navigate to another view. Boom, we navigated. We're gonna remove the old view. But the problem is that handler is null now. Let me look at where I put this. Am I looping through? Oh, no. Is that what's going on? The collection changed. This hits. That's null. That's what's... Okay. Okay. I get it. I get it. So I need to find a way... Where's that request close handler? Right here, request close handler. Okay, okay. Can we do this? Oh, wait. Put that in the wrong spot. I probably shouldn't set that to null, actually. And I probably should move that outside of this event definition. I gotta think about my scoping here, right? How am I scoping this? I mean, I'm really close. Really close. Okay, okay. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. So I'm super close, just not quite there. So, okay. We navigated. Close message. Yeah, see, we're getting two still. Okay. So I'm not properly handling my my events yet. So let's pop this up. Because I don't want the definition to change. Right? When the window closes, that will take care of itself. Theoretically. Okay, let's try this again. Man, that would be awesome if we can get this to work. I mean, that's a complex freaking dialogue. A dialogue that pops up and allows you to navigate multiple regions and all that crazy stuff. Okay, so now we're gonna navigate, close. Still didn't work. Still didn't work. Yes, this is WP. Oh, wait. Steve, I've been working with Prism since version 6, and I was wondering how to improve my apps with version 7 on WPF. Yeah, lots of things you could do to improve. I'm just trying to figure out a way to write a region-based dialogue service that is shareable and not like a one-off for every single app. No, I was for sure thought that was going to work. I really did. I thought that was going to work. What if I... Probably won't matter. Probably won't matter at all. Let's just clean up a little bit, right? Well, if you know, if that's the object. Just playing around. What if we made that a variable? Steve, will your code be available on your GitHub? Yes! Yes, it is available on my GitHub. Totally is. Okay, so let's try turning this into a variable, like a private variable that just lives on. That's probably what we need. Because this is just a handler. And this is also going to assume that it's a window. So that might cause problems, actually. Okay. Show our dialog. Navigate. Close. Dang it! Still not working, guys. Still not working. I'm not sure what's going on. I am stumped. How do I write this in a way that could be reused? Because I need to be able to remove these handlers. That's the thing. We have to remove the handlers. Because we can't be getting prompted for this multiple times. So when we navigate to, we're adding a view. This gets added. Totally makes sense, and it's working. But when we remove, we're going through the old items. We are removing that request closed handler. So why is it being invoked? That's what I don't understand. And since we moved it to this private variable up here, it's pointing to the same space and memory. Like, this is the same instance that they're all hooking into. Okay, let's try something. Let's try something different. See, now that's not going to work. That's not going to work at all. Nope. Because I was trying if I just had like an actual event handler. That's not going to work either. Okay, undo that. People, I don't know if I can write this reusable. We might have to just suck this up as a... if you want this in your app, you have to write it. Trying to think. Why? So when that fires, see, this doesn't matter. I already know this doesn't matter. We can put this closing handler back. Right, yep, got that. What? Whoa! Wait a minute. I don't remember. Oh, that's okay. That's loaded. Window loaded. I was almost thinking if there was a view, like unloaded or something. Juan Van. This is not streaming on YouTube. Well, it should be streaming on YouTube. And we're getting comments from YouTube. Anyone on YouTube? You guys, are you able to see me? Am I still streaming, or did YouTube drop it? Oh, it's back. Okay. So DCGA, this is what I need. I usually hack my way through WPF Material Designs dialog host, but it's very coupled. Yeah, so we have a dialog service. Prism has a dialog service that's totally decoupled and works perfectly. The problem is what we're trying to do with this specific one. This specific dialog service, I want to support region navigation, which is very complicated. And so I'm trying to find a way to write one to where everyone can benefit. Everyone benefits. That's what I'm trying to get. Otherwise, you'll have to basically take this code, copy it into your app, and make it work for yourself. But I'm trying to write it to where you don't have to do that. And I'm stuck. I think what I might do is I might just put this on GitHub. And where's my, here we go. And have everyone just go look at it and play with it and see if you can help me out. Repository. Oh, wrong repository. Let's go, where is it? Prism Outlook. View on GitHub. This is what I need. So here is the link to where the code will be. So when I check this in, you can all go look at it and help me figure this out. I need your help. I am begging for your help. I'm sure I'm missing something obvious. I am missing something obvious, and I'm not seeing it. Closing handler. Can close. So see, this is being fired. Oh! Oh! Wait a minute. This. Okay, this is the problem. I was looking in the wrong spot. Or was I? Yes, I was. I was focused on request close handler. That's not where I need to be focused. Look, closing. This is where I need to be focused. This is what's actually causing the dialogues. I was in the wrong area. Look at, oh my gosh. This is what we need to figure out. The problem is I need to be able to call this. I need to, what I mean by that is, look, I can't move this up. I can't move it up like I can move that one, right? And I can't because of this line right here. I can't move that because of this. I need the dialog aware. So how do I, this is the problem. That is the problem. This is where we need to focus our efforts, people. If we can figure this out, we're good. Yeah, because I'm not worried about that. Actually, I'm not worried about this because once the Windows closes, that's gonna clean itself up. So I can actually move this back in here. I can do this. Let me follow the same pattern. Okay, so now the question is, how do we abstract this here? This is what we need to remove. I don't know. I don't know if I can, actually. Huh. Because what needs to happen is when we go to a view, we need to hook into the Windows closing event and then call can close. When we navigate away from that view, dialog aware, it's going to be this view. Yeah. This is the problem. Right there. That's the problem. And we can't just put this at the top because this is a different event every time. So if I add, it's a different event. It's a different instance, right? It's we're running it separately. It's not done all in the same. Otherwise, it would be easy. So essentially, what we need to happen, we need this to happen. That's what we need to happen. Yep. And honestly, I'm not sure how to do it. And I'm out of time today. I'm out of time. So, here, what I'm going to do. Oh, nope, not that. Let's check all this in. Working on a region dialog service. On a reusable. Because I could totally get this to work without this. Without trying to make it reusable. I could totally get it to work. And you know what? I can't check in broken code. Which I just did. Don't get that yet. It's broken. Let me build. Yeah. Hold on. I broke something. Here we go. My bad. My bad. All right, where's... There we go. So if you're curious or you want to help, go to the repo and see if you can help me figure this out. Our goal is to be able to unhook the closing event. How do we track which event instance belongs to what view? Do we use some type of attached property to store it? Right? Like maybe we use an attached property to store that handler. That way we can remove it when we're ready. Like maybe? This is it. This is the problem. That's frustrating. Because don't have to worry about this one. Because the second this is done, that's unloaded, right? That's removed. And then when the window actually closes, it's going to remove the handlers. But we don't want this being invoked when we navigate. What if... Hold on. No, that won't work. I was going to say, you know, if you can close it, if it's true, then just unhook the event handler. But that doesn't help us, because if it's false, you're going to get the pop-up. That doesn't work. So not sure if this works, but what about dictionary with all the handlers with view as key? Maybe. Maybe. Now, another thing... Well, no, that wouldn't work either. Yeah, the part that's complex is the navigation that occurs. If all we did was show one view using a region navigation, never navigate it again, no problem. Easy. But if you're wanting to keep navigating within that dialogue and then eventually still close it, not so easy. Not so easy at all. Yeah. I checked in the code. So please have at it. Let me know what you think. Let's see what we can come up with. Maybe my approach is all wrong. I mean, we're close. We're so close. So close. If we could just figure this out, we have a solution. We got it. We just need this. How do we unhook that event? Oh, wait a minute. Actually, think about this some more. Think about how navigation works. Navigating to, this is going to happen, right? Yeah, it makes sense. Navigate from, we need to unhook everything, not just these, because what happens when we go back? This activates again, right? And we go through all this again. So we're adding multiple. Oh my God. Yeah, no. No. We do need to unhook all of this. Every bit of it. Because with Prism navigation, I totally forgot, not only can you go forward, but there's a navigation journal that lets you go back. And so if you ever came back to this view, you're running all this event handler code again. And you're hooked up. Okay. Actually, we'll do this. All of this is a problem. Yeah. All of that's a problem. Every bit of it. Because you can go back. And if you go back, you're re-adding all those event handlers. So when you go from one view to another, we have to unsubscribe all these event handlers, regardless. Crap. Right? Just crap. I'll have to think about this. Maybe this is the right approach. All I want to do is manage everything for you. Okay. Well, we did some cool stuff. Right? We got pretty far. We have a pretty functional region-based dialogue service. The only problem we're having is supporting multiple navigation operations in that dialogue. And closing it. Yeah, that's a tough one. So, if you have any ideas, here, let me, just in case, I'm going to paste that link to the repo back in there. If you have any ideas on how we can hook into and unhook these event handlers as we're navigating back and forth, that would be amazing. There's got to be a way. I'm just not thinking about it. I've been in Angular land for so long. I've completely spaced it. We have to be able to subscribe and unsubscribe those event handlers each time consistently. So, go to the repo, download the code, play around, and help me help you. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. It was fun. It was challenging. We still have a problem. I think we can solve it if we work together. I will see you again on Thursday. I don't have any trips coming up, so I should still be here. So Thursday we will open this back up and hopefully make some progress. If not, I will abandon this. We will stick to the one view navigation supported dialog service and move forward, because I don't want to do 3 weeks of trying to figure out this one problem. So, all right, everyone. Juan Van, don't give up. Oh, it's just so frustrating, you know? This is hard. I'm sure there's a way. There's got to be a way. It's just code. It's just my approach probably isn't right. So, I need more eyes on this. I need more eyes on this code. Go to the repo, download it, figure out how we can manage these event handlers. Because that's all we got to do, and then it's solved. And then this goes into Prism, and everyone benefits. All right. Tetra, 2 eyes for me. Thank you. I appreciate that. I am going to go have lunch now. I am starving. Thank you once again for joining me, and I will see you next time.